If you've been through a very difficult breakup recently and want to simply move on, you're done playing games, you have a hard time thinking about your ex, you know you're not good for each other, and yet you still have a hard time letting go. This video is made for you. We're going to discuss today how you can move on, how you can forget your ex. It's a process. It takes some time for people. My job is to guide you, and this will probably be the most important video you'll be watching today. So bear with me. So let's start right away. How to forget your ex. The thing is, you can't forget your ex. He or she will always be part of your life. You have to accept that regardless of what comes next, they are part of your life. Maybe you don't want, maybe you regret, but they are part of your life. They are part of your past, which is different, right? What you have to do is make sure that they are not part of the future, they are not part of your reality. It's very important. The thing is, people in your situation are probably dwelling on the past, bringing everything, those baggage today. And that's a problem. What you have to do, and the reason you're stuck, is because you haven't processed the breakup. And you might argue, yes, but I've went to therapy. It's been a few months. I've traveled, etc., etc. And I know you're doing the work. I know you're actively trying to do, but you're probably missing a few things because you're stuck in the past. And it's hard to let go. You think about your ex. You think about how things could have been. You think probably maybe with a bit of jealousy, who they are dating, what they are doing, etc., etc. And that prevents you from moving forward. So let me explain you what I would do if I was in your situation. The 3 reasons you can't move on: feeling abandoned and not understanding the breakup. Second one is believing that you can't live without your ex. The third one is thinking it's normal to regret your ex. These 3 things are BS. Okay? Don't want to say the word because I think I'll be banned from YouTube. It's important to reread those things. It's really about understanding the breakup. It's really about accepting the fact and understanding that you can live without your ex. You had a life before this relationship. And I know it's hard to let go. I know you potentially had dreamed. You feel like there's a lot of unresolved issues and there's probably trauma linked to that. But you can live without your ex. Also, regret is something you can process. You have to reframe the story. That's what we'll do today in this video. The reason regretting the past is harmful is because that prevents you from accepting the situation as it is. If you look at the process, the grieving process, the last stage of a grieving process is acceptance. And right now, if you have a hard time moving on, it's because you haven't accepted that this relationship is over for good. You haven't accepted right now that this relationship is not good for you. It's either this or that. So try to find ways, look at things and we'll discuss about that in a second. Also, stop being focused on what happened, right? The should have, could have. If 6 months ago I said this or I said that, usually when people have this kind of conversation with me, usually that's not true. Things would have still be the same outcome. Maybe you would have stayed together another year, but you would have broken up anyway. It's really about the future. It's really about allowing yourself to project yourself into the future. Because if you're stuck in the past, you reinforce, so dwelling on the past creates anxiety. you reinforce negative beliefs about yourself and about your ability to be happy. That's why you can't move on. If you were happy and fulfilled, your ex would be behind in your past. You're probably looking at the relationship not with regret, but with fondness. So it's about how can we engineer this new life in order for you to move on. Few steps to move on. First one is to accept, as I discussed, that the relationship is over. Accept that things will never be the same. Accept that no, you won't share your bed, your room, your home with that person. Accept that the hobbies, the discussions, the things are gone. Accept it today. The sooner you accept, the faster you'll move on. Accept that you need to let go of the past. Yes, you enjoyed those times, the things you were doing together. You can't do those things anymore. So rather than focusing on the things that you've lost, focus on the things you can build. The things that you've lost are limited. The things that you could do are unlimited. Reframe your thoughts. Another element, another mistake, stop trying to forget your ex. I know the title of the video is How to Forget Your Ex. You will never forget your ex. What you have to do is to create new memories. You're not going to replace that person. Again, it's about like how can I be active in my life today? When you dwell on the past, when you're passive, when you nurture those negative thoughts, you can't create a new life. So find those new experiences. And maybe you don't have the motivation, but motivation comes after action. It's been proven that actually, it's one of the big myths around time management and efficiency and so on. Motivation comes after action. And usually after a breakup, we have zero motivation. We don't want to do anything. We're depressed. We can't go to work. Yes, but you have to start somewhere. Do something. Life is full of possibilities. Yes, you don't want. Yes, you don't feel the motivation, but just do it. That's what I do with my clients. I force them to do things. And then they thank me because, they didn't have this, they assume that they could only rely on willpower. No. Do it. And don't wait for you to feel ready. Okay? Rush these kind of things. Another thing that the mistake that people make is they don't take care of themselves. It's important to nourish your soul, your body. Again, when we are sad, depressed, we usually eat bad food. We oversleep, or we don't sleep because we spend hours scrolling on social media. We basically do everything that will make us more anxious. So again, you can look at any studies. The best way to feel anxious is to eating, fat and sugar food, is to stay in bed, is to watch social media. That's what we do when we're depressed. That's what we do after a breakup. That's what you do probably. I'm not criticizing you watching videos because you're watching this one. But what I want you to take away from this video is, yes, you're learning, consuming content online because you want to feel understood or you want to learn something. But please take action. If there's something you need to take away from these videos, please take action. Build the life that you deserve. It's very important. Another element, obviously, is to spend time with friends and family. We are social animals. Your friends won't replace your ex. The point is not to replace your ex. The point is to design a life. Design a fulfilling life, an exciting life. And that starts with relationship. Friendship, family, colleagues, whatever. Don't stay at home alone. Even if you're an introvert like me and you don't necessarily feel like going out, do it. Do it. And, it's obviously stepping a little bit outside of your comfort zone, but that's what you need now. That's what you need. Obviously, you can see a therapist because if you see a therapist, he or she can help you work through your emotions. It's very hard to work through emotions on your own. I've never managed to do it on my own. They will help you to find coping mechanisms. So coping mechanisms, you have different ways of doing it. It really depends on you and your style. He or she can help you identify and address insecurities, things that needs to be worked on, the patterns that you need to change. Because you will not move on if you don't address those things. Because those insecurities are keeping you stuck in the past. They also prevent you from considering a new relationship. That's usually why people can't move on, because they are stuck in their insecurities. They assume that if I start a new relationship, I will end up the same way I just ended. And I don't want this. Okay. Also, obviously, if you see a therapist, he or she will provide you personal advice. I'm not saying this necessarily because of me. It could be anyone. Obviously, I work online, but if you want to find someone locally, etc., do it. I think the value of a therapist is really the personal touch. That's what I like personally when I see my therapist, is that he knows me, and I know he will find the right ways to get me unstuck. If you want to have a chat with me, there's a link in the description to book a discovery call and discuss whether we can start therapy together. But that could be anyone else. I'm not saying it should be me. There's tons of qualified therapists, very great therapists out there. But it could be a game changer if you're stuck, because that sort of accelerates this processing of information. When you discuss with someone, when he or she helps you to structure those thoughts, you go faster. You have to remember that you can do it. Obviously, we don't know each other, but looking at all the clients that I helped, everybody can do it. Everybody has the ability to move on. It's not a question of character, it's not a question of attachment style, it's not a question of strength or willpower. Everybody moves on. Your brain will be able to move on and process this. The difference is perhaps the time it takes. And maybe you just don't want to wait anymore. Maybe you're fed up that it takes months for you to move on, but you will move on. Be sure of that. Okay? Because you deserve to be happy. You will be happy. You will find someone. You will find another relationship. You will find this new life is full of opportunities. It's full of possibilities. Right now you don't see it because of the pain, because you're stuck in the past. But trust me. And you can speak to any of my clients who worked with me trying to move on. And it's funny because the transformation, when you speak with them a year after, they feel like, how could I be so stuck? Now I see things clearly. Now I feel like more secure. I get it. I understand that how to detach, how to cope, but also the way they process information. And it looks so distant when you speak with them. It's very interesting. I should actually do an interview of some of them. Because I spoke with one recently, it was like, I remember I couldn't see an exit. I couldn't see a way out. I was so stuck. And now, obviously, we worked together and he started dating, etc. But when we started working, that was impossible. Additional tips. Avoid contacting your ex, obviously, because it's a triggering way. It's a triggering thing. Delete him or her. If you want to move on, if you want to forget them, they shouldn't be in your environment. Get rid of any reminder, photos, gifts, clothing. Don't burn them, but give them away or whatever, or sell them. And do things that you enjoy. It's as simple as that. And don't tell me there's nothing that I enjoy. No, that's not true. Find things that you like doing and do those things as much as you can. And don't wait to feel ready to go to the gym. Don't feel ready to go and register to the dance class or pottery class or whatever, or this trip. Just book it. Book that trip. Go online, Skyscanner, book your trip. Do it. Okay, it's really about the movement. It's really about taking action that will help you. As I said, it's new goals. right now you're stuck. It's very difficult because you don't have any purpose. Maybe you had a form of codependency in your relationship, and the relationship was your purpose, your main purpose. It's time for you to create a new one. Find, where you want to go, what you want to achieve, what you like doing. The ikigai, the Japanese thing. Find what you're good at. Find what you love. Find what brings money, or like the sort of business-related thing. That's your ikigai. Ikigai. And do it and plan it. Set your goals. If you have any question, and actually, if you need any additional tips, what would you want me to develop? What are the things that you're struggling with, and I will do it? Is it a course? Is it a coaching program? Is it a book? Let me know in the comment section. I will do it. I really want to help you in that phase, because I know sometimes it's very hard to move on. It's very hard to forget an ex. And I don't think there's a lot of things out there. So yeah, let me know. And I'll see you next time. Take care.